teams here. Now, I wrote up a little something about Hammer Time.
Oh,
and
like
Cunninghams.
a poem?
Like something like that. It has to do with musical timings. Okay, and that was pretty.
Okay.
I like this. I like this. All right.
Let's see what you know about music.
So, okay.
I'm joking, guys.
So Hammer Time is currently jamming to 2 beats per measure, but can they make it a 3-beat beat? A win against Bernal Empires that is borderline miraculous, and a karate chop to Gong Fu to the east on Proc. Then a swift kick in the swimming trunks on Waterside on Mines. Impressive stuff. So who's going to show up? Is this going to be version 2 of Hammer Time from week 2, or is it version 3 from week 3? Now, the Cunninghams, they don't operate with miracles. They operate with science, and they scientifically kicked Bernal Empires right in the Molotov cocktails last week. They took out Hammer Time in the round of 8 in Season 2, and today, in group stages, they're ready to compute a victory once again.
No.
No?
No.
I like that.
I think we need to go through like 2 more drafts. Then we got it.
We don't have time for that, Rootkill, because both the team representatives are ready right now for the face-off. Oh, looks like they're not ready yet.
You've been lied to.
Okay, so they're not ready. Obviously, Hammer Time is a very, very, very good team.
Mm-hmm.
At least from week 1. It was still a loss, but every one of these teams have to calculate their losses against Fnatic, and one of the best teams around, and how well they play. And we gauge how good the team is based on how well they play against Fnatic. And Fnatic was impressed. They showered Hammer Time with praise based on how they played. Mm-hmm. And then they played against Bernal Empires, and they were down 0-2. They still came back and won in the tiebreaker. Why are we seeing such a big spectrum from this team, in your opinion?
I think it's because the whole entire league has risen up. Teams that used to dominate very consistently, Hammer Time, Fnatic, Simp, all are having a lot more trouble winning. They're still winning. You know, aside from the Fnatic loss, Hammer Time's still got 2 wins. But everyone else is that much better, so it's really a challenge now. You're going to drop 1 or 2 battles. No one's going to be 3-0ing as much unless they're able to draw.
Yeah. We're not seeing very many 3-0s at all this season.
Any 3-0s are actually the 3 wins and a bunch of draws, which could have been losses, but you salvaged the loss into a draw or something.
Yeah. Okay, now our team leaders are ready, the team representatives from Hammer Time and the Cunninghams. Gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening.
Hi.
Hammer Time. You have a full win under your belt now, along with the tiebreaker. How have you changed as a team, not only from last week, but from Season 2, when you faced Cunninghams in the round of 8?
I really think that now we're trying to have a little more fun with it. Be serious at the same time, but I think going into the first couple seasons, we were just getting way too frustrated with ourselves. And so we decided to just have a little more fun with it. Still make sure we're practicing up against the best teams, best competition, so we get the best practice that we can get. But I really think that having a little more fun with it and just enjoying the experience has really helped us come together as a team and play a lot better.
Well said, Kriegs. Is there anything you'd like to say in honor of Independence Day happening tomorrow?
Go America! Hopefully Tim Howard can come back in 2018 and save us again.
That was quite a performance. Cunninghams. Science. Same question for you guys. How have you changed since Season 2?
I guess we sleep less now. Looking at the time of night. The roster's actually gone through some significant changes since then. We have a couple new players, but our approach stayed more or less the same. You know, just don't do stupid things. Play smart.
Play smart. Give it your all. Cunninghams, any words for your opponent before we start?
You should have taken the early time slot.
Kriegs, any words?
Happy 4th of July.
What is that?
We may be playing into it tonight, so.
All right, gentlemen. Pleasure to see you both. We wish you the best of luck in the battle.
Thank you.
Wow. Well spoken, Kriegs. I was very impressed with that.
We might be playing into it tonight, especially for the East Coasters. What time is it on the East Coast right now?
Yeah, it's almost midnight on the East Coast.
It's almost midnight?
About 20 minutes till midnight on the East Coast.
Oh my gosh.
We will be playing into Independence Day for the East Coasters. And with that, Rukiel, let's look very, very quickly at the rosters.
Yes.
And let's talk about 2 guys from Cunninghams, 2 guys from Hammer Time. I'm going to look at Kriegs, man. He impressed me. I want to see how Kriegs is going to perform
Kriegs
tonight.
actually has performed pretty well for a T1 player. And on the real person to look for on Hammer Time, though, is NYPD. NYPD has been exceptional on Hammer Time. Cunninghams, it's actually a really great spread. The thing is, they've got great damage everywhere. Commander J is one of the top. With him, Silent Demise. Everyone else falls a little bit behind. You get some 14k from Comps and 14k from Countess. Everyone else kind of actually hasn't gotten to play all as many battles. Trireme actually been a T1 and a T8 a little bit here and there. And then A. Martin, of course, always a T1. And then Baguk hasn't been playing as much. He hasn't been here all the time. But he still has about 5 wins, 1 loss.
Now, one of the comments that we talked about with Cunninghams is that they seem to have a lot of very good individual performers, but it's not a good spread across the team overall. But we're going to find out how they're going to perform tonight against Hammer Time. Big matchup between these two. Rukiel, what are your ruse rules for victory?
All right, first rule is stop Hammer Time. Given amount of time, Hammer Time will most definitely roll over you. So just kind of stop their momentum. It's better if Cunninghams can try and do anything at all, like bring a small amount of aggression here and there, or some feints, less all-ins, and play their style. Try and extend the game, but don't let Hammer Time start to creep up, because they will gain little and little advantages here and there as much as they can. Second rule is stuffed pig. The Cunninghams need time to work as well. And if Hammer Time wants to win, they're going to have to just pretty much stuff some members of the Cunninghams. And after they do that, Cunninghams generally back off pretty well, especially if you can just kind of punch whatever tank he's playing. Just as soon as he takes a few too many hits, he backs off, and that slows the momentum of Cunninghams down pretty consistently. And then finally, go for the support. NYPD, like I said, is one of the top damage dealers in the entire league. To quote the exact amount of damage, he has just broken the 20k. He's in 21k damage. He must die, and that is how Hammer Time will lose. Easy as that.
Easy as that. We'll see how easy it's going to be between these two teams, because the countdown has begun. Himmelsdorf, our battle of the week, or our map of the week, is going to be the first battle. Rukiel, what do we have for tanks?
For tanks, 3 AMX 5100s, 2 IS3s, and 2 T1 Cunninghams for the side of Hammer Time. On the other side, looks like the Cunninghams will be bringing the same exact lineup. 3 5100s, 2 IS3s, and 2 T1 Cunninghams.
Say it with me, chat. Mirror matchup. Here we go.
I never get to look at chat when that happens.
We don't. There is a 10-minute delay that happens to make sure that there is no stream sniping.
Yeah, but then I never get to catch it and then also type it in. I really want to do that. Then we can both say it on the stream and then type it in chat. Anyway, opening lineups. Looks like spotting going on. Looks like big hill push coming from Hammer Time. Hammer Time just sending everyone, Neon Deer, Drynitz, NYPD, Liebestad, Nitz, all going up to the hill. On the other side, Cunninghams are doing kind of a spread. And unfortunately, these two strats are completely incompatible. Because of that, you're going to have 4 tier 8s as Nitz turns around on the hill with not a whole lot to shoot at, because it looks like Cunninghams are... No, wait, is someone going up? Commander J is kind of close to the hill.
Yeah, he's close. A. Martin.
I don't think this counts, though.
Trying to scout up above.
That's like hillside play. Not hill play.
Yeah.
But Neander, Drynitz, they are moving up. And there is some spotting below the hill, which could be what prompts Hammer time to just push on through the other side. A Martin is spotted. Drynet's lining up the shot. Does he? No.
Can't get it. A Martin is able to climb over the debris to escape that shot.
Clever. Clever position.
Clever A Martin, using the power of science to escape danger.
I think, yeah. Don't know if it's the power of science.
Gravity, physics.
I mean, I don't think he's measuring that
Drivetrains.
to figure it out. I think that's just tactics experience.
Science.
Totally science. It's all science. Whatever A. Martin does from here on out.
Science is simply the application of human understanding of the world around them. And A. Martin has understood that I should get out of this situation as fast as possible. He made a deduction, made a choice.
I'll accept that answer.
All right.
I don't have it. I don't have anything to
20
argue with
points
that.
for me. All right.
20 points.
Next question,
Clutchel
Rukil.
door. Clutchel door. That's your schoolish.
I come back to you now. The turn of the tide. Well, the tide may be turning here for Silent Demise. He pushes up along with two of his battle buddies, Comps and Commander J.
Well,
they don't see anything yet. They see one tank that's been spotted. Kriegs and Baguk going at it.
Kriegs. No, he's dead. Okay, Baguk wins.
Oh, man. That jumpsuit. Save the jumpsuit. Commander J, Comps, and Silent Demise are going to hold on the tank alley. And the Ender is spotted from way far away. 767 damage being dealt from the two IS-3s. Commander J sees Liebestad, gets the shot across. Liebestad is hurt. That's a huge HP victory coming out of the Cunninghams here. They can use that to their advantage wholeheartedly.
Every reason to win right now. The defensive position from Hammer Time is pretty nice, but Neander is messed up. She can't take 2 more shells from IS-3s. It's not gonna work. She can't even take an IS-3 and a 5100 shell. She could take 2 5100 shells though. That could work.
Yeah.
2 low rolls, or actually 2 completely average rolls, and she's fine.
A. Martin is able to spot Zazie, but no tier 8s on the hill because there are none. They've fallen back. 6-minute mark.
T1 fight waiting to happen. A. Martin is literally sitting still. Zazie looks like he wants to back out. He's just inching out. Come on, Zazie, do it. A. Martin spotted. He
Dancing back and forth. Ooh, Zazie. Zazie peeked out for a sec.
He'll be okay.
Martin's waiting for it. Wants it. He wants it.
I don't think he's going to get it.
He wants it.
He's sitting still.
Science demands it.
Science demands it? What is science?
Oh, A. Martin takes 22 damage.
I give up. Science doesn't have to do anything. They'll just say it does. Just like your East Side play, your T-32s. Nothing wrong with the T-32. It's a completely amazing American tank. Freedom, America. Oh, and that's the cap.
Yep.
Nitz completely misses the cap pressure. Does not spot it. Turns himself around. And we've got 1 minute and 16 left on the cap. Baguk is chilling out there.
Oh, Liebestad takes another big hit. So does Drynitz. They are cutting off any movement from Hammer Time from east to west here. And now they're pushing up Tank Alley. And Baguk's going to leave. And he's going to jump back. And he's going to leave. And he's going to try to escape Nitz. And he can't.
So, what was the plan following that?
What, from Baguk? Or from Nitz?
Well, 1 from Baguk. 2 from the tier 8s that were left. Because, oh, there they are. NYPD. Finally find Silent Demise. But Taka is elsewhere, so I'm waiting for that push. Oh, there's the push.
Oh, Comps. Big shot. And they've done so much damage against Hammer Time here, but Hammer Time is going to try to hold as much as they can. Countess. And, oh, he's coming around the corner. NYPD super low. Comps and Countess take down Liebestad.
And NYPD. And there's Drynitz. And finally, there will be Nitz.
Now it's Cunninghams.
Neander. Next.
Takes down Neander.
That was clean.
Well, this is a revenge match from the two in the round of 8. And the Cunninghams are now leading with 1 victory point. on Himmelsdorf. Oh my goodness. Look at the spread of damage. I mentioned, we've talked about in the past, off camera, on camera, that there's a lot of really good individual players on Cunninghams, but it hasn't been spread as much. Most vividly in my mind is Commander J on steps, but look at the damage.
Well, it's because Commander J would appear to perform very well because he was playing a scout role, so he was the most active on open maps, but on a city map, the Cunninghams are, in this instance, very well coordinated. You have a difference of 500 damage here and there, so not bad.
6 for 6 on Commander J.
Oh, no,
1728. Sound Demise 4 for 4. Comps 5 for 5. Countess 5 for 5. Taka 4 for 4. 100% accuracy and penetration. Nice job, guys.
Not bad.
Really nice job.
We could call that clinical accuracy.
Man, I don't know if I've ever seen this before, actually.
What, perfect accuracy?
Perfect
game? Accuracy
from a team.
I've seen it. I think we've seen it before. We just didn't point it out, I think, as much because it was a stomp. You know, just when teams just absolutely stomp. This is a situation in which I guess we could call it an absolute stomp. They only lost their T1s. That's it. Hammer time did not look as impressive. Very disappointing that.
Yeah, well, Neander was 6 for 6. Nitz was 3 for 3. NYPD was 2 for 5.
Yeah, he started playing that corner game, and he just started going out, throwing a shot out, backing off, throwing a shot out, backing off. Really hurting his accuracy and not dealing actually all that much damage because he was not reliably aiming and getting his shot settled.
Battle number 2 is going to take place on Ents between these two teams. Yeah, Cunningham's is up 1-0, if you can believe it, against Hammer Time. Sure you can. 15 seconds left in the countdown. Rookkill, what do we have for tanks?
For tanks, 3 5100s, 2 I3s, and 2 T1 Cunninghams. The Cunninghams?
2 T1 Cunninghams on the Cunningham.
No. 2 T1 Cunninghams. Comma, or dot, period. The Cunninghams.
Colon, semicolon, Cunninghams.
Yes.
Cunninghams.
Cunninghams.
All right.
Are Cunninghams. And they will have 3 5100, 2 I3s, 2 T1 Cunninghams.
Say it with me, Rookkill. Mirror matchup. Commander J, the 5100 heading through the city.
Zazie, opening scout run, passive, and you have an active T1 scout run.
Cool.
But with an active to passive Zazie T1 scout run.
Well, A. Martin's...
It's so meta, Clutch. It's so meta.
It's breaking. It's breaking news.
No, it's actually really cool, but it's weird because T1s don't usually do active runs, and I don't see T1s... Well, the T1 active to passive, which is you run really fast to a spot, and then you sit in the bush instead of just sitting somewhere and then sitting there for a really long time. But the timing was important for Zazie. He actually messed up a little bit, I correct. But it's cool. It works. But now, Hammer Time has the West.
Shot fired.
From where?
Sound Demise or Countess up north. Who? One tank spotted. Nitz. Further away.
Nitz looking up the 3 line towards the Cunningham's defensive position. Except that their Cunninghams are not defending in that position. It looks like they've taken the train tracks, which is an interesting play.
Indubitably.
Now it looks like Hammer Time wants to move out, but this might not be the best play because of the positions on the train tracks that haul down that I've seen before. It doesn't look like actually Cunninghams are in it, but if they were to go get there, it's Liebestod would very easily be able to deal some free damage.
Quite possibly. Now we have... I mean, they're both on the west side, so I can't say it's east-west. But it's more of the slightly northeast of the city block, and then the city block is the placement of these tanks.
Yeah. Well, there's a little bit of tanks getting lit. Sound Demise. A. Martin are scouted. A. Martin inconsequential. But Silent Demise, I guess.
No, they're staying in the one position next to the railroad tracks. Comps, he's looking towards that city side. He hasn't seen anything yet. Taka, same, hanging back behind cover, waiting for Hammer Time to push out first. Countess and Solid Demise sticking together. Sodomize his turret just over the front of Countess here. And then back to Commander J. I can. Cunninghams can play this if they want, as defensive as they want. They could play for all the draws. Hammer Time's going to have to play this for the aggression, but from what approach?
That's a hard question.
Could they escape from their area and move all the way to the east without being detected?
The Cunninghams?
No, the Hammer Time. The Hammer Time. Hammer Time.
The Hammer Time, sir. The Hammer Time.
The Hammer Time.
With their golden pants, they could make a shuffle across the
Stop. Hammer Time.
They could shuffle.
It's well played, by the way.
Huh?
In your Rouge Rules
you
for
like that?
Victory. I
Yeah.
did.
Except I rephrased it. I did. It wasn't stop, comma, Hammer Time. It was stop, Hammer Time.
Yeah, but you went stop. Hammer Time.
Well, that wasn't actually an intentional pause. When I wrote it, I wanted to say stop, Hammer Time, and let everyone figure that one out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe it's how I heard it.
I think it's how you heard it.
All right, but Gok, show me your moves.
He's not that fast.
Oh, he turned his turret. Oh, hey.
Lightning speed, T1.
Big Daddy.
What flag is that on the side?
I'm not sure. I don't know what the red over white flag is. Good question. Nitz is spotted. Oh! 5100 coming around the corner. It's Comps able to proxy spot him. Nixon Liebestad. 523. Cunninghams is ready for Hammer Time to make a move. Hammer Time not that anxious to make a move yet.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a real slow battle. Hammer Time not knowing what to do, where their opponent really is. And the Cunninghams are just really very comfortable
Yeah,
with not doing anything.
look how far south. Is that a Martin? Yes, affirmative. He is so close to the flag cap.
Kriegs is watching him, waiting. Kriegs is ready to kill A. Martin the moment he makes the mistake of deciding to drive forward. Kriegs could also position himself better to be undetected.
4 minutes, 30 seconds. Cunningham's again playing for the slower game. They have the one win. They're making Hammer Time play against them, against their position, against their stronghold. On their turf. On their court.
Well,
Hammer Time's got to figure out a way to break this.
they don't even know the positions of their opponent. They don't. Hammer Time has spotted almost none of the Cunninghams. They don't have any real scouting information, and now they're actually retreating. Hammer Time doesn't know anything right now. They have no scouting information. They have no real scouting. They've got some passive positions that were cool. Mostly, I think Zazie was the one actually getting results, but he's even leaving his position. They're going to go for a new approach, and it doesn't look to me like the Cunninghams are doing much of anything else, except for maybe a T1 moving up the, what is it, the 8 line? 7 line? That's got to be
Baguk through the lumberyard.
Baguk is going to secure that, and if that can happen, then we can get. Then Cunninghams can get spotting on the southeast cross, which it does look like Hammer Time is going to take the golden pants and shuffle on down that way, crossing the cap, which could find us at an engagement from the tanks on the train tracks as NYPD looks to be crossing soon. Kriegs makes cross. Baguk is spotted. Nitz and NYPD Liebestads all have halted. Drynitz and Yonder want to cross, and if these tanks are spotted, I'm thinking, yes,
They're going
Cunningham
for it.
should
Cross.
be able to fire on them as they cross this. A. Martin tries to take fire. That slows down the push, but we may see tanks like Liebestad take 456, 307 damage onto Nitz. Silent Demise takes 399 in return fire, 703. Few bounces here and there, but there are connections all over Hammer Time tanks.
Another shot against Drynitz. Hey, Martin is keeping them lit up.
This is exactly what T1s can be used for. Proxy spotting, bait, and then beautiful cover fire from the Cunninghams right down that line. Hammer Time has made a huge mistake in trying to get down through the south and the east.
Zazie took out A. Martin. A. Martin returned fire, but Zazie was able to reload just in time to get the kill. Nice. Fires to the south, doesn't get it.
Now, as you look at the health bars, Dryness, Leavestad, Nitz, all three of them have been hurt nearly to half health or just below. Neander sitting at 1 shell of damage taken. And Hammer Time has to rethink their whole plan. And it looks like the Cunninghams have decided it's time to push, because why not?
Commander J and Taka moving together as one. But Commander J is leading a little bit here, allowing to take the initial shots, which he does. Taka will be right behind him. But Taka is actually going to go around to the other side. Zazie spots him. He fires against Zazie. It's a shot not used against the tier 8s, but it's a guaranteed kill against the T1s.
He was also getting beautiful spotting.
He was.
And Leavestad goes around the corner looking for Commander J, exposing himself to comps and to Countess. But they are trying to focus. Neander tries to go through the
trying to back up just in time to escape Drynitz and Neander. And he is covered. Oh, it looks like it's a shot and a miss. Fires into the side of Drynitz. That's another. Oh, he takes a big hit. Neander cannot land that other shot. Commander J is a huge focal point of fire and Silent Demise. He is able to take down Drynitz. 34 seconds left for Cunninghams to clean this up. And Commander J takes down Neander. NYPD and Countess are brawling it out. Cops is coming in to help Countess.
Nitz kills Commander J. The Silent Demise gets Nitz back and forth on the NYPD. Remains as a tier 8.
19 seconds. Where's the T1? Oh, the T1 could escape.
Very possible. Kriegs is all the way in the north, hiding himself in a corner. He's going to parallel park.
Bagak, can he get there? 2-1, no he can't. It'll end in a draw.
Yay.
And just like that, Hammer Time is able to salvage a loss into a draw after that brawl mode. You said it better than I could say it, Real Kill, is that once they were across and Cunninghams was in the prime position to land those hits, they got it. They had the HP overmatch, and they were able to win the brawl in the end.
Yeah. It was a really easy win, I think, for Cunninghams. They didn't actually have to do all that much of anything. The T1s did all the real work. Everyone else just kind of shot things. And after they stopped shooting the bad men ran away.
So
they chased the bad men.
What could have Hammer Time done better to assess the scouting information? Did they not utilize their T1s as well as they could have?
They didn't have any map control. They tried to take the west, and when they didn't find anything, they thought, hey guys, let's just go east. And that's all it was. Like, it was a blind flip around the map. I didn't see any I didn't get any information. When I was observing their side, they said moving to the east is a really good idea and it will work for you. When you saw a Martin down the 5 line down on the train tracks, he was spotted a few times, so was Silent Demise, indicating that there were tanks on the train tracks, which to me, unless you verified that they were no longer there, says that crossing in the south is going to get you spotted and you will get shot. Don't know why Hammer Time did that. I don't know if you know why Hammer Time did that.
No.
Maybe they were trying to do something crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, Drynitz...
you sound like you should... The last I don't know sounded like, I don't know. I'm going to lose my mind.
Well, I'm trying to put myself into where is Hammer Time tonight, thinking, well, Drynitz isn't here. He is here. Is he commanding the team?
Yeah.
He's still commanding the team, so there's not a change in commander. So maybe they're trying to experiment with some things against the Cunninghams based on what they've seen the Cunninghams try to pull off in these different seasons. It's not working out for them at all. Yeah,
I think they took a few assumptions and kind of took their opponent's positions for granted, said we can probably get away with this or that. It's the Cunninghams that are a very competent team.
Yep.
So now that we go into mines, and I'm looking down at people readying up, and yes, I am seeing what I'm seeing.
I'm going to keep it a surprise for the audience, and for me as well. But as the countdown almost reaches its end, we're going to move into battle number 3. Mines, Hammer Time versus Cunninghams. Root Kill, what's the surprise? What do we have for tanks?
We have 3 IS-6s. 3! The only team to do IS-6s is
top tier.
Top tier. That's their shtick. They're the only ones that are allowed to do IS6s, Josh.
Well, Hammer Time maybe learned something from top tier.
Maybe, but 3 IS6s is crazy. They've also got a T69 and 1390 and 2 T1s. So,
T32's on the map, one of them.
They got a T32.
That brings us to the even number of 13. The odd number.
The even number of
The
13.
odd number of
Josh
13.
is really good at math, everyone.
No, I thought we were going up to 10, but I forgot that we had those 3, which made it 12. Now,
Even number 13.
no, I was thinking we're going to
That's
10.
such
That's
a
why I
good
said that.
even number,
That was my
Josh.
thought process. Then I corrected myself when I realized we're going to 13. Can we please move on? Nitz, Drynitz, and Zazie are now pushing up on the mines. And Silent Demise.
Oh,
is,
also NYPD's going into the backfield. 1390, full. I don't even know. Full. Just craziness. He's trying to get himself killed. Or it's a brilliant distraction because the IS3s, Zazie, and Drynitz and Nitz are all just moving in. They don't care. Neander's even coming to help join the fight.
These IS6s
no
one, and
understanding of
NYPD's right behind Silent Demise. Declan of Death pushes up. And he goes, guys, as Silent Demise is about to fall. And he does. Declan of Death is next. Hammer Time's dropping the hammer against Cunninghams. Zazie gets the next kill. 2 and 2 right now, tied up. Countess, he's trying to get to the side of these IS6s, and he gets unloaded upon. Liebestad kills him with the front of his T69. Commander Jane Comps, last tier 8's left alive.
I am baffled by this strategy. Hammer Time just did a split with a 1390 going to the east, and everyone else straight up the middle. That is bold, and it's working. I don't. Yeah.
Hey, if it
This
works,
is breaking me.
if it works, it computes.
Hammer Time is
Right?
breaking me today.
If the code is broken, the program won't work. This code of IS6s worked this time on
I don't
mines.
think I don't think we can talk about it like code. Because sometimes stuff works and we don't know why.
Comps
That's what I've
under
learned
attack.
about code.
243 damage in that one shot. Fires back against Zazie for 236. Another one fizzles against that IS6. He's charging against Comps. He's saying, I'm an IS6, come at me, bro. Your T69 prototype experimental heat fission tank.
I don't think that
And
has
Comps
vision.
says, well, I can bounce one shot off you. Liebestad takes down Baguk. Zazie and Nitz are ready. 427, big
Bad
track
track.
shot. Zazie takes a hit for 221. Comps is reloading. Oh no, he fires on the side. And there goes Comps. Commander J and A. Martin, last one's alive.
He's just all alone. And the IS-6 is honestly bringing a huge amount of hit points, and what else? Fast firing.
Slightly faster firing. You would say the penetration is not as good as an
The
IS-3.
penetration's pretty bad.
That's why you favor an IS-3. Also, the spaced armor to the sides of the tank.
Yeah, although there's some cool armor on the
Shuka
IS-6.
is not as prominent on the front. There really is no
real
Shuka.
Shuka.
It's just flat armor, so the bounce is not as conducive.
No, it can be bouncy actually. The
Can be,
armor's
but
cool.
you have to. I mean, you have to. The behavior of the tank itself is different.
Oh, yeah.
You have to behave differently with your angled armor.
Yeah, there's actually always an exposed, easily penned spot on IS-6
Yes.
pretty much.
Like Jay
most
takes
of the
2 hits from Liebestad.
Yeah, it's just a really weird choice. I'm surprised it's getting played this much against tanks like 1390s and T69s and sometimes a T32. Like T32 is actually a pretty good tank to fight an IS-6, but everything else brought by the Cunninghams.
Liebestad takes down Commander J. Hammer Time puts a point on the board, tying up the series, bringing us to battle number 4. Let me look back here and see how many win, draw, and then win on the opposite team we've had. Win, draw.
Win, draw, what?
Win, draw, win. Every draw we've had, Rookkill, has been on the second battle.
Whoa.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
It's like...
Doesn't that blow your mind?
Man, it's like the second battle is always going to be a draw.
Yeah, the
because-
second battle has always been a draw tonight.
But let's find a conspiracy theory for why.
The team that lost the first battle doesn't make the same mistake, and the other team is waiting for them to make the same mistake, and it doesn't happen.
That makes some sense. That's less conspiracy theory than I was hoping. I was hoping for something more
I could
insane.
comment a lot more on that, but I will not. Let's look at team score. Leverstad T69 over 2K damage 9 for 13. Zazie 1956 5 for 11. IS6 4 for 9 in that IS6. Looking at Drynitz in the other IS6 2 for 2. And NYPD in the 1393 for 4. Not bad. Not bad. Those IS6s was quite a surprise, I bet, for the Cunninghams, and they couldn't calculate what really to do against that type of aggression. They steamrolled right towards them.
But you remember in Season 3 finals when top tier brought IS6s against the Cunninghams, they fought it then, they lost then.
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't they prepared now?
Maybe they're tired.
It is very late
Maybe
at night.
it is very late on the East Coast, and that fatigue could be getting to all of these teams.
Yeah, it looked like A. Martin had a blanket on.
He did.
It's Canada.
It's cold. Yeah. Well, we worked out the schedule for all these teams to finalize their times, and so they've known their time for a while to prepare accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
And it was decided that we were going to play all the matches today rather than 4 matches today and 4 matches tomorrow, because we wanted teams, and the teams wanted to as well, spend 4th of July with their families. Completely understandable. 14 seconds left on the countdown here on battle number 4. Ruinberg will be the map. Rookhill. What do we have for tanks?
For tanks, 3 5100s, an IS-3, and a 1390 for the side of Hammer Time. The Cunninghams will bring 2 5100s, 2 IS-3s, and a single 1390.
Tied up 1-1 with the draw. Win here and draw the next game would guarantee a victory. Another draw would bring us to a best of 1. Best of 1.
Sounds like a not ideal situation.
Well, it depends on the team. Again, the team that gets the victory here could play for the defensive run in the next battle. 1 tank spotted just above the F crossroads in the TIE Fighter.
Speaking of conspiracy theories.
Mm-hmm. Alex 609414. So let's guess 27 T32s, because 7 minus 2 equals 5, and 3 plus 2 equals 5, and 32 has a 3 in it. So Half-Life 3 confirmed Kappa. Hashtag WTLNA. Well played, Alex.
I like that guy. He should get a code.
He should. He should.
All right, now we've got Hammer Time pushing down the 0 line. Clutch. Is there anything there?
Negative.
That was
Positive. There's nothing on the 0 line. There's nothing there to.
Cunningham's. You're killing me right now.
No, there's nothing there to fire against. There's nothing there to spot in the 0 line. Cunninghams are all in the west.
I'm disappointed.
Well,
I mean, no, I'm not actually disappointed. It makes sense to the strike. Cunningham's spawn in the south, go west.
I am disappointed.
I want you all to fight. Fight. So, strategy, tactics here, Cunningham's. Cunningham's defensive, got a really good reaction to their own cap. Hammer Time. Well, they do what every northern team does. If you spawn in the north, generally you just go to the east. You play the Delta Village. It's what you do, it's the best strat, it's most consistent. South can't compete with that kind of an opening. That's it.
That's it.
That's if you react quickly enough to a fast cap, you win. If you don't,
Indeed.
the South wins.
Yeah. Well,
And you can't cap the South when you're the North unless you can get them all somewhere else fighting.
can't argue with that logic.
I mean, it's just
You can try, but you will not.
it's just
win.
so sound. So sound.
It is. All right. Well,
At
A.
least at
Martin,
this level of
A.
scout.
Martin's trying to scout here up to the north. Countess running in circles around the crater. What made this? Oh, artillery fire made that crater.
Although, seriously, if you look at the size of a tank here, like a 1390, and you look at the roads, the
Mhm.
curvature on the roads, whoever built these roads likes really curvy roads. I have no opinion. I don't build
Those
roads.
cobblestone roads, man.
They're really curvy cobblestone
This is an old city.
Is that like to make runoff? So like when it rains, it just
Yeah, I mean it's city planning. I worked
That's
construction, and you had to have grades. That's
Yeah.
why you have those guys with lasers. You'll see, you know, next to a construction site, and they're measuring the grade.
But at the same time, I don't think I've ever been on a highway with that much of a curvature. Super curvy. Those roads are really curvy.
Well, they're city roads, but they're cobblestone roads.
Most cobblestone roads I know of are actually really super flat, though.
Not exactly sure. But we do know that these tanks are able to go across these roads with no problem with their tracks.
Well, they're tanks. I mean, this is World of Tanks.
I know.
Aside from the occasional very well-constructed building, these tanks have no problem.
But the
Kriegs is taking down Baguk.
Oh, Baguk!
And that tank is having a problem. His day is just over.
Baguk falls. Krieg's able to get the kill. Countess fires back towards Kriegs. Kriegs disappears. Countess fires
Yeah,
a blind shot. No dice.
no dice. RNGesus is not with him today. Well, at least for that shell. I mean, RNGesus could come back. We could see. Kriegs, in the meantime, is hiding. We've got support from Nits, the Dry Nits. Nits, not to be confused with Nits. Dry Nits.
Dry Nits and Nits.
Yeah, I
Dry Nits
realize.
has a Z. Nits has 2 S's.
Well, they're pronounced the same if we decide to shorten Dry Nits to Nits.
Mhm.
It's a really confusing name. I think they did that on purpose.
That's how they got him on the team. What's your name? Nits. You're in.
You're in. This is going to confuse the commentators.
I like this guy. No, it's fine. No, Toplum is the one that gets me.
Topple him?
Toplum, spelled TODQ7.
Yeah, the
Comps hit for 398.
Cyrillic to Latin letters translation
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
Mactep Putin. No, it's Master Putin.
Why didn't you write master?
Yeah, it's the Cyrillic.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I'm learning Chinese right now.
You just need to stop learning every language there is to know.
I
Man.
know.
You're going to put us all to shame.
One thing at a time.
More like 6 things at a time for Clutch.
Hey, Martin up to the north. He's really close to the fly cap.
Kriegs taken down with a little bit of a bait and switch. Countess goes one way, and then Comps is another.
That's how it's done. Little rope of dope.
Just hurting T1s. That's all it was. Now Nit's the only T1 left for Hammer Time. A Martin, the only T1 for the Cunninghams. Looks like is A Martin almost at cap?
He is. He's
Oh, so we're gonna have a T1 fight.
close.
We're gonna have a T1 fight.
And Nitz is going to approach.
Yes. He
From
is
which
returning
direction?
to base, and he is going A7, and
Okay.
just about to A6. Once the cap begins, we'll have a T1 v T1 fight.
Oh, Nitz is
And-
close.
Dun-dun,
No, he's not. He's actually pretty far.
dun-dun. He stopped hunting.
He stopped.
He is sitting in a bush. and
Liebestad is spotted. Too far away for any shots to count against him. Commander J covering comps to the south, and they're all pushing back into the west. Nothing happening towards the Delta Village. They can't spring Hammer Time out.
Hammer Time's pinned. Hammer Time cannot attack to the west. There are too many tanks in too good of positions, I think. They've detected 1 or 2 tanks, comps being the 1 or 2.
Checking in with Silent for City.
For an IS-3? No,
Oh.
there's better ones. There's
Okay.
another one I like.
This reminds me of Antlers.
Like you put antlers on your tank?
No, the shape of the color scheme looks like antlers to me.
Why would you paint antlers on your tank? I would paint tanks on my tank.
That should be a camel you could purchase.
Just a bunch of tanks.
Tanks on tanks on tanks.
Wouldn't
Well,
that
look-
be amazing?
It would be cool.
Oh, no.
Look at.
You know what? Black and yellow.
Oh, yeah, that would be neat.
I think
really
there's a
wouldn't
German
blend in
one.
very well.
I think there's a German camo that's black and yellow.
Mm.
That's a
It's more
desert
of
thing.
a mustard color, yeah.
Yeah. But
So-
then you'd have a black and yellow tank, and then you could sing about it.
Sound Demise getting close to the flag cap here. 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Reasoning behind this is why not go for it? If we're going to turn it into a draw again, at least let's put some some flag cap points on the board. Try to get a win here, because if they do, whichever team wins this battle with 1 minute and 49 seconds now, they can play defensively in battle number 5 and win the series.
Yeah. And there's the cap. Silent Demise is spotted by Nitz. Nitz is not spotted. Minute and 32, 31, and tanks are getting into position. Zazie returning to base, Nyanda returning to base. NYPD is at base, getting ready to fire. I guess he's holding his shells. Liebestad moving on up. And then we have Drynitz, who I think is going to go for a flank through the west. We'll find out in a second. He's going to knock a rotary.
Ooh, Sound Demise takes a shot from NYPD, fires back.
Discovers the flank. It's going to be an all-in, I believe, in the north.
Shot missed from NYPD, another one hits for 321. Minute left on the flag cap with 3 seconds left to go.
And there's the all-in. That should cue it from in the north. Liebestad goes forward. Tanks discovered 3 of them in the south. Cap is defeated. Nyandir, Zazie, Nitz, and NYPD go, go, and go.
Countess working on the escape plan now. A. Martin falls. 44 seconds left for Hammer Time or Cunninghams to kill each other. And Countess able to escape.
Maybe, maybe not. Nyandir and Liebestad may have the shells and the angles to do this. Nyandir stops in the open, recognizing the potential damage, waiting around the corner, but no. Now Nyandir is going to actually move south, and 1390 Countess actually has a window of escape, little does he know. And Zazie will find Countess. Actually, the first shell does not connect, and Zazie blows the first shell. So does Liebestad!
Wow.
There we go.
And still 3 tanks still left alive, though, for the Cunninghams. 5 more seconds left. Ladies and gentlemen, this will be a draw. And there you have it. 2 draws in the series between Hammer Time and the Cunninghams, taking us to battle number 5. And since both teams have won a single battle, it becomes a best of 1 between the 2.
Woo. What happens if it draws?
Then it goes into a tiebreaker.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
Be your first tiebreaker of the night if it happens. Abbey's going to be the map, so a tiebreaker is a big possibility.
At least Clutch says so, guys.
I do.
I disagree. Fast caps all day, every day, Abbey. One team will camp, the other team will fast cap with 5100s, and it will be amazing.
I have 6s, fast cap, Hammer Time. That's my prediction.
Actually, I would agree. Hammer Time's the team that was probably going to go for the fast cap.
Yeah.
I don't know about those IS6s, though. That would be weird. I think it would be weird.
No,
they're not tall enough. The 5100 is so tall. You could take those, and they're faster, too. And you could slot 2 of them.
110s are taller.
110s are taller than 5100s. I don't think so.
Well, no, they're taller than IS3s.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're taller than 5100s. Now, if you really wanted a tall tank, I'd get something German. Tiger 2, the VK.
Why not just get a KB5?
Well, the KB5's tall in some spots.
You'll see that sandcrawler coming. Do.
Precisely.
Yeah.
It's a little too slow. So
it's true.
If you want something fast, that when it dies, it doesn't matter how thick its armor is because it's a giant tank wreck and it absorbs shells like, woo, then go for 5100.
5100?
Yeah. Or you could push a German tank up, but I don't know why you'd ever bring a German tank to 7x42.
What about a tank destroyer? Too slow.
Too slow, general.
But it could bounce a lot of shots pushing them forward.
Oh, maybe. Like a T-28 prototype? Or the T-28? Actually, no, the gold shells from IS-3's 5100s just pen it straight in the front anyway.
Yeah.
If you could get a T-95 in here, though.
You know what I love? You know what I would love to see?
What?
Blue Kill? Even though it'd be crazy, is an M40-43 Arty.
We're not going to see an Arty.
I'm just throwing it out there. And they go all the way to the south, and the defensive team to the southwest, so Arty just jumps up top.
That used to happen?
Yeah.
Back when Arty was a thing.
All right, here we go. Battle number 5, Hammer Time versus Cunninghams. Abbey, what do we have for tanks?
For tanks, 2 5100s, T69, 2 1390s for Hammer Time. That's a lot of autoloaders, a lot of mobility, and we're actually going to see a mirror matchup.
That's right. Say it with me, chat. Mirror matchup.
Matchup.
Nice.
It echoes.
Battle number 5, 1-1, tied up.
And we've got East play from Hammer Time and West play from the Cunninghams. I think we called it. If this is a fast cap, Josh, I don't know I felt like there should be some kind of bet, but we both agree that there's probably a fast cap, don't we?
Yeah, we both agreed upon it.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. Because we don't have any differing opinions, there's no reason to try and make any gambling, a wager with you.
Sometimes logic trails take us on different paths, but those paths can merge into one, and they are doing that right now.
I think their paths are completely separate.
Yes, they are completely separate.
Now, we may have the same ideas. These guys, on the other hand, are opposites.
Taka,
We've got East Side Hammer Time. Can you believe it?
Taka, Commander J, and Comp slowly moving down from north to south. Countess was taking the lead at first in the T1, or excuse me, in the 1390 in the light tank. And now he's going to move from that position.
Is this fast cap really going to work? This has so much potential to actually succeed.
You know, I'd go for it. On Abbey, I would go for it.
Just be Hammer Time, don't even care.
I would go for it every time at 3 minutes.
3 minutes? I would just go. Just
well,
do it.
I mean, the thing is, if it doesn't work, you can hide one of your T1s.
And then you
go
can
for the
draw and go
yeah.
for that. Yeah, but that's lame.
I would prefer to do it now, but if it's this close, Dranis takes down A. Martin.
You know, maybe there's a reason I started being a commentator, but I just go for it.
Well, you have to see what's at stake, especially since we're in week 4. It's so every match matters, but it really the pressure gets to a lot of these teams when they see, wow, we have to win every single series for the rest of the season in order for us to even have a chance to make it to the finals.
But the thing is, if everybody starts losing to random people, then you don't have to win every single one, because everybody will have a lot of losses.
And everybody has to go to a tiebreaker, and so it means you have to play an extra game. That's not what people want.
Well, no one wants to play an extra game, but I'm thinking at the end of the season we're going to have a lot more weird losses and wins to people that people should not have won. So we're going to have teams like Hammer Time who are going to have losses where they definitely shouldn't. Or people like Cunninghams who are going to have losses where they definitely shouldn't. And now we've got Hammer Time versus Cunninghams.
These teams love playing World of Tanks, obviously, and they want to play as many games as possible. But if you recognize that we have to play one more game to determine if we even have a shot to the playoffs, rather play the best you can throughout the entire season, so that you are known, guaranteed, you're going to make it to.
I'm just saying that, you know, these guys could go for the fast cap, maybe at 8 minutes.
Just saying.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, Josh.
You can't wash your hands from the responsibility you have.
Then what about this rubbing alcohol I have right here?
It's that smell. Okay.
I can wash my hands.
He's very clean. Very clean. Taka Comps, Commander J, Countersound, Demise, but Guck still on the field of battle, and they've really spread out their position here. So's Hammer Time.
Yeah, Hammer Time has changed their strategy from awesome, cool, fast cap with style. Lots of style.
Again, 3 minutes.
And fabulous.
They'll do it at 3 minutes. Watch.
If they, sure.
Watch. No, none of these guys want to go to a draw scenario tiebreaker. They want 3 league points, not
Fair enough.
Not 1.
But because of that, they've unknowingly missed an opportunity for a fast cap. Hammer Time actually had a window where if they would have just gone straight for the cap, Cunninghams were out of position, having gone all the way to the south.
You know what? Rookhill map like this, it's better to do it at the very beginning than at the end of the map, because this is what you get. You get the teams spread out. You have scouting, more eyes and ears spread out across the map.
Well, teams like Simp will just turtle up the whole time. They won't actually have anyone in the other side of the map. They'll just turtle the entire time. They will do nothing but sit in their base. Now, a team like the Cunninghams, it appears, actually will start to take map control. And instead of taking that defensive position like Simp, they'll just take some control, maybe in the north and whatever lane they have, and that's it.
Rookhill, I want you to guess for me right now, taking a look at Commander J in the 5100, how heavy in tons a AMX 5100 is.
How heavy in tons? I don't know, 50?
Wow. 49.93. He knows his tanks.
Yeah. Oh. I didn't even know. I had
Yeah.
no idea. I just guessed.
Well done.
That's
Well
so
done.
weird.
With my predictions and your guesses, we're going to go far, kid.
If your guess of the 3-minute fast cap is right, I don't know. I don't know.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Watch.
Not gonna happen.
Yes, it will.
No.
They have 49 seconds to get into position. They're moving their tanks further north. The AMX 5100 may be going the wrong way, but it's going to happen.
The 5100 is, yeah, okay, he is going the wrong way. Clutch,
What
your
are
whole
you-
plan is falling apart.
Drainage. No, I believe.
Wait, he stopped.
I
He
believe.
stopped. Wait, have any tanks been spotted?
Turn around.
Have any tanks been spotted?
All right, tweet. I predict Tweety. No, Tweety. 232. Tommy Bird, wow.
Tommy!
The Birdman. Our sound engineer. Production sound, well done. Tweet. Man,
Tweet.
wow. Thanks, Tweety. Okay, 3 minutes. Here we go. Hammer time. We're moving one tank.
It's Drynitz. He's gonna do something.
They're,
These guys are really searching for some kind of opening.
Yeah, they
Actually,
are.
no.
They're going to draw. This is going to go to a tiebreaker, Ruko.
They really want to do this to each other. That hurts.
Cunninghams has tried to set up something to go to the south. They get on the flag cap. Drynitz is there to help stop, but they have to act now. It's 2:30. It's 34 seconds now. 35 past the point that they should start their battles.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Cunninghams have finally gotten themselves spotted. A number of tanks are lit. The Abbey is actually under contest. NYPD is fighting Countess. They are shooting each other, and Countess goes
Balls.
down.
NYPD takes a number of hits so from Taco 001 from far away. Comps is going to come in here to the center. That's 2 tanks down for Cunningham.
Surprise, it's Comps.
And here he comes. He's going to focus on NYPD. Smart play. And he gets it in a fiery explosion. Nice job.
Zazie tries to go for that block, but just misses the timing by just a fraction of a second.
Oh, and he misses a shot against Comps. I don't know why he shot on the move.
He trying to make himself a harder target. When you sit still against a pro player,
But he knew he was 4 shots out. He had no shots to go.
Oh, okay.
That last shot he could have stopped and took it, but he moved. Oh well.
Something I learned when I was trying to play at a high level is that if you sit perfectly still, you're going to get ammo racked, or you're going to get your crew member systematically eliminated.
Yeah.
Or you're going to get your gun and
It's
your
a habit. It's a habit. It's a habit to
it's-
keep yourself alive. That's a very good point, Ruko.
Yeah.
Very
Because if
good
people
point.
can't aim for the right crew member or something, they won't be able to put it right into your ammo rack or right into your your gunner.
Yes.
Getting your gunner repeatedly knocked out is one of the most annoying things ever. Even worse is your driver, because it's actually not that big a problem. It's just a little bit of enough of a problem that it affects you more.
Commander J falls.
That hurts such.
50 seconds. Cunninghams puts their tanks on the flag cap. One of them.
And here comes Nitz.
And
Doesn't
Nander and Lieberstein.
even care.
Nitz falls. 36 seconds. It's going to go to a tiebreaker. Hammer Time's going to once again go to a tiebreaker.
Oh, that's really bad for Hammer Time. We'll have to find out who did more damage, and then
Yeah, I'll have to verify with their admin about that. Sodomize cruising towards Drynitz, and
Smash!
boom goes the dynamite.
that was cool, actually.
9 seconds.
And now, Nieberschultz tracked in the open. His ammo stowage is hit, and they are lucky it did not blow.
And it's a draw.
Draw.
It's a draw.
Well,
3 draws in that series.
yeah. We could say these teams were certainly respecting each other and not willing to make any mistakes or take too many risks, because any little bit of a risk, like we saw with Hammer Time on Ensk, that was Ensk.
No
Where
risk, no reward, though.
There was no reward, but when Hammer Time tried to go across the south, they got themselves pretty messed up. And because of that, that was one of the situations I think that changed their whole approach to this match. After losing that many hit points and almost losing a battle simply by trying to move safely from one side of the map to the other without any real scouting, made Hammer Time realize they were making mistakes and they should play more conservatively. After that, they started playing more conservatively.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you saw Mines. Mines was actually not conservative at all. That was completely insane. So I take back my previous statement because Hammer Time brought 3 IS-6s and got stupid aggressive.
They did.
I don't understand Hammer Time today. They think they're in a weird mood. Would you agree or not?
Yeah, but looking at Cunninghams too, there's also some off things happening with them. For example, Commander J in that last engagement did 0 damage.
He did no damage.
0 damage. You know how many shots he took? 0. He got taken out by dry nets. Fired none.
Wait. He died. He
Got
died?
hit 6 times.
In a 5100, Commander J died without firing a single shot.
Okay.
Did
Well,
he get ammo racked?
No, he took
No.
6 hits.
6?
Yeah.
This is so strange.
It's a weird night.
This is weird.
All right. Well, you take a look at comps. 9 for 23. Taka 6 for 9. Silent Demise 5 for 5. Countess 2 for 8. And jumping over to Hammer Time, 7 for 7 on Dry Nits with over 2k damage. 5 for 8 on Zazie. 2 for 4 for Neander. 2 for 8 with NYPD. Liebestad 2 for 7. And that's it. Really, I mean, it was a very long, drawn-out game, obviously, but the performance at the end with the battles, there's significant misses that happened, but you got to throw all that stuff out because it's a draw.
And people were blind firing all
What we
the
can't
place.
throw out, though, is the damage that was done. Cunninghams did the most damage in the match, so therefore they get to choose the side of the assault map of Karelia. They have chosen to defend.
Oh, my.
So Hammer Time is at the disadvantage, some would say, in this battle. Our first tiebreaker of the night, by the way.
I would completely agree. The attacker has so much ground to cover. They have no objective of their own that can be countertaken, nothing to defend themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They have a 10-minute timer, and this is Karelia. Every advantage, I think, goes to the defender in this situation, but I guess you've earned it in a way for dealing more damage in the series? I don't know.
Yeah, they did more damage, therefore they get to choose. That's how it works. All right, here we go. 18 seconds left until we start the tiebreaker. A must-win scenario, the assault mode of Karelia. Rootkill, what do we have for tanks?
Looks like a 5100 and 4 1390s for the Hammer Time. 2 5100s, an IS-3, and 2 1390s for the Cunninghams. I just called them the Hammer Time.
The Hammer Time.
The Hammer Time.
3 draws, 1 win.
And it
for
looks
each
like the strat that I've been
team.
waiting to see for a long time from Hammer Time. Nitz, Neander, Liebestad, all... Actually, no. Liebestad doing something slightly different, so ignore him for a minute. But Nitz and Neander going down the K line, actually going to the south. Every team that has gone to a tiebreaker has approached from the north. And it has... I don't think it's ever worked.
It's never worked.
It's never worked.
No one has won as an assault, as an attacker on this map so far in the league.
Yep. And now we're seeing a different strategy. Unfortunately for Neander, she has been spotted by Countess and has taken a shell of damage. That also spoils the attack of Hammer Time, who I believe they would have preferred to keep the element of surprise. Now it is lost. Silent Demise, also on the hill, is spotted by Nitz. Nitz sitting passive in a bush. Good positioning and, I guess, discipline.
Baguk trying to spot.
Baguk doing... Where's Baguk?
The very south of Cunningham's tank's position.
Oh, okay.
Comps is next to him. Taka's just above.
I don't think they'll spot anything. As coincidentally,
No.
Nitz and Neander have both left. Nice air by Nitz. Also Zazie and NYPD all rolling out. Guess they're just gonna keep Neander and have 3 little 1390s kind of wither. They're so fast. And they all have coordinated cannon.
Yeah, it looks good.
I mean, riding in style, am I right?
All right, sir. But now they're going to approach to the north. And they're going to have to move fast. They can't hesitate.
And they
Cunninghams
can't
is
knock
so
over.
spread down to the south. They don't even, I wouldn't even focus on the flag cap. I would focus on a straight-on brawl. Get them by surprise. Comps fires into the blind. Into the white. Doesn't hit anything.
It was a good movie.
Very. Yeah. Very good movie.
What are you about to say? No.
No, I was I was thinking of Gray with Liam Neeson.
Oh,
Is it
that
Into
was-
the Gray? It was just Gray.
It might have just been Gray. I
That's a
don't
good
know.
movie
I
as
liked
well.
that movie. That was. Good.
But
With
for
the
those of you
wolves, right?
that enjoy World War II films, Into the Gray is about two downed pilots or
Oh, yeah, that
two
one.
downed crews. One is German, one is American, and they are in Norway, and they survive in a cabin together. Very, very good film.
I remember that one now. I always forget which Liam Neeson movie it is because a bunch of them all are one-word names,
That one was good as well.
and they all have like these weird ominous sounds.
Very beautiful soundtrack. World Tanks is an awesome soundtrack as well, man. I really enjoy the music. It really gets you hyped. Gets you hyped to play tanks.
I do like the sounds. Sometimes I hear them at night in my sleep. Do you ever like get a soundtrack stuck in your head and then you can't get it out? So sometimes you're like, duh.
Thematically, yes, sometimes.
Okay.
But I will, when I have dreams.
We're getting deep here, Josh.
When
I was
I-
just asking if
well-
sometimes you remember the song in your head.
I know, but you asked me, did you hear in your dreams? When I have dreams, I'll dream of strategies. I'll dream of strategies in games that I play, that I watch, which is very
Yeah.
intriguing sometimes.
When there were times when I was in school and I was playing tanks a lot. Could not stop thinking about tanks. I'm in the middle of, I don't know, English class. And I'm just like sitting there like, you know what would be a really good idea on El Haluf tomorrow? If I would just push two D54s right across the bed.
Thanks, Joe, for that tweet. Thanks for watching us. Thanks for the compliment. We still got 2 more matches after this. He said this was one of the most epic streams ever.
Oh, okay. I completely missed that.
5 minutes, 40 seconds. Cunninghams simply have to hold. Hammer Time has to push in.
And Hammer Time has decided to do the thing that everyone else has done, except with a slight twist. And that is, once you attack through the south and get spotted, turn around, send everyone north, and then attack.
Yeah.
But
wait for a while before you do it.
Because waiting allows you to draw, which
Allows the other team to draw.
it allows you to draw, and that totally leads to victory. Doesn't lead to victory,
No,
Josh.
not for this.
No.
This is a must-win scenario.
We're in a situation
This is
where
the dead stop.
4 minutes and 56 seconds, and it looks like they're sending everyone one by one, which is strange. But why do you do that? So when you get spotted, if everyone gets spotted, they just think it's one guy instead of everybody. It's one way to do it, but it's also one way to get picked off really well. But it's also a good way to cover fire. So there's a lot of reasons, actually.
You have a leapfrog approach, right? You have your recon man. He's able to scout. He's able to pull shots towards that one person they first see. And then it allows the rest of the team to hopefully, if they could, move in a less dangerous
Pattern.
open zone or less dangerous pattern.
Problem with that is if you send the recon guy out and he's just as valuable and important as everyone else, and you have an equal force to your opponent, splitting your forces when you have an equal force is risky.
Yeah, too bad those T1s aren't super fast, because that would really come in handy for them.
Speaking of T1s, A. Martin has just died.
Could this be the A. Martin attack? Maybe. Comps. Average kills 1.3. 1352 for average damage.
Not bad.
Damage assist 234.
It's a very average damage for
Yeah.
the league. It's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's not
but
exceptional.
Average,
It's very good.
Average kills not too bad either, man.
How many does it again?
1.3.
1.3.
Yeah.
I think the highest number of kills a
Trying
single
to say.
person has in the league is somewhere in the 20s. Like 22 is something I remember seeing earlier today on a hashtag RU team member.
Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty nice.
Drynitz got hit. 650 HP left on him. 3 minutes, 17 seconds.
Don't forget Nyandir also took a hit early in the game. She's at 11:54. Drynitz is pinned right next to the cap. And I think they're going to use Nyandir to maybe do a cap fast. which would be an interesting play. I would probably opt to bring two 1390s around to the south after verifying that I've got tanks. Like getting some tanks in the north and actually doing a split and playing the mobile game. And just try to find them, scout them out, and shoot them from various directions. Get the crossfires going. That would be my approach. Or maybe a simultaneous cap plus 5100 in the north, and then 1390s completely hold my beer tactics in the south.
NYPD has shot off. Hammer Time. They're having a hell of a time in this series here to try to break against Cunninghams.
And Nitz is going. Does not care. Moves up. This is a nice leapfrog approach. But the damage being thrown about
Nitz is hurting. 630 in that last volley.
Silent Demise is hurting.
Neander's
Countess
low.
is coming around.
Yeah.
Puts one on the side of Nitz. Nitz has to react.
And there goes Neander.
No.
Losing their first tier 8.
That sucks.
5100. Less than 2 minutes now. Cunninghams are in a very, very, very strong position against Hammer Time.
I don't see a situation where Hammer Time can win.
I don't see one either.
They don't have enough health. They don't have enough damage output. The IS-3 250-100 thing is just so strong.
Yeah, that damage.
Yeah.
Oh, Countess gets hit.
There's the cap. Liebestad Kriegs on the cap. They are hidden.
40 seconds for them to reset it.
And they're invisible. And where's the scream from Hammer Time? I need 1390s forward. That needs to be a thing. Seriously, it does need to be a thing. Now every member of the Cunninghams is lit. There's someone, Commander J, lining up a shot. Does not see the T1s, but will probably fire very soon anyway. Comps goes out. He knows, he sees, and he blows one out.
And Countess, oh, rams Kriegs, but doesn't get the kill. And does 1 damage against Drynitz. And Silent Demise takes down Kriegs. And Comps takes down Drynitz.
Now Countess is pinned, and he gets out. Okay. Nitz running away. Zazie and NYPD still behind cover. Hammer Time is trying to do something, but Nitz appears to have a broken or messed up turret. And he tries to go for a ram. Unfortunately,
Can't get it. Just a kiss.
nope. They just touch guns.
And Comps from around
This
the
Countess
corner.
about to jump off a cliff.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That's how you slide. That's how
Ah.
you power slide.
Right there.
Nitz falls. 20 seconds.
Zazie and NYPD are going to sit behind cover for some reason. When you have a loss equals draw situation, playing slowly doesn't make any sense.
Not necessarily.
No, it just time is completely
No,
against
yeah, no, I was agreeing with you that it
Oh,
not
yeah.
necessarily makes sense unless you're looking for a certain timing. Cunningham is able to win the series via a tiebreaker, which means that they only get 1 league point instead of 3. Unfortunate for Hammer Time. That's the second tiebreaker they've been brought to in their career so far for season 4.
Yeah.
But they won the last one. This one, not a win. Not a win. So congratulations to Cunninghams. I wonder what's going to put them in the standings overall. Anything that Hammer Time could have really done differently? I mean, mine looked so good. It looked like, hey, this is a Hammer Time I'm really excited to see. And then after that, they couldn't recapture that moment.
I mean, Himmelsdorf could have been better handled. That was weird, and it was something about Hammer Time tonight lacked in the same brutal efficiency strategy that we're used to seeing. It was weird strats. It was like someone else was calling Hammer Time tonight. That's what it felt like to me. It didn't feel like Drynitz.
Yeah, we'll have to ask and see if that was the case. But all in all, these two teams, I think, still have a good shot to make it to the finals. But we'll see when they look at the standings a little bit later.